So we kind of at first wanted Othello to, when he asks for the handkerchief, we wanted it to be more like, you know, hand me a handkerchief, then Desdemona hands him the handkerchief, and then he's kind of like, no, not this one, the one I gave you, kind of confused, but also like not making a big deal out of it. And then when she responds to him, we kind of wanted her to be a little bit more quiet and almost like trying to cover up the fact that she lost it, and hoping that he wouldn't notice that the handkerchief she was giving him was the fake one. And then we kind of created it after to where we see Othello, who's played by Sam, throw the handkerchief and kind of be like, this is ridiculous. And we wanted to see Othello get mad and angry because it's the last thing he had of his mother. So it's not about the handkerchief, it's about the meaning of it and what he had left to remember his mom. When Desdemona was speaking, we wanted it to be very quiet and just kind of like a shameful tone, because again, she tried to get away with, using a fake handkerchief to hide the fact that she lost it. And so we wanted it to kind of be like, oh, like that shameful, just quiet tone where, because again, back then too, women weren't talking back to men. So we also wanted to play that out to show the superiority between a man and a woman.
The two words that we decided to emphasize during this scene was lost and the handkerchief. To start off with lost, it is secondly mentioned when Othello screams saying, is it lost? Is it gone? Speak. He screams at her saying this because the word lost is so emphasizing how could she lose such a valuable item. So it starts off very angry with that word. Third time it is mentioned is when Desdemona said, it is not lost, but what if it were? She's worried to ask. She's kind of sounding like naive and a little bit scared at this point. And then she says the word lost again, which says, I say it is not lost. Her voice raises a little bit. So she goes from worried to ask, little afraid to not demanding, but screaming. She did not lose it, trying to hide her blame, trying to hide her guilt. The other word we emphasized was the handkerchief. This is said by Othello many times, and every single time he says it, he screams it out. Every single time he says it a little bit louder, not lowering his voice in any way because he gets angry every single time that she tries to change the conversation. He wants to know where the handkerchief is. So in that one, it is the screaming part, and the anger gets higher and higher and higher. It never gets lower because he's just getting angrier at the fact. And the other one for lost, Desdemona goes from worried to raising voice, a little bit annoyed that he thinks that she lost it. The advice we gave to the person playing Desdemona, which in this case was Tori, was to act very subtle and very naive and not very kind of clueless about how she changes in conversation because she doesn't want to admit or very much talk about the fact that she did lose such a valuable item, which is the handkerchief. This is seen when she says, I've sent to bid Cassio come speak with you. This, she completely changes the conversation, tries to change the conversation very subtle, like I said, not a too big deal. But the second time we have her more in a demanding voice, change the conversation because it seems as if he is trying to blame her and she doesn't like it. That's when she says, this is a trick to put me from my suit. Pray you let Cassio be received again. This is her demanding this. And the last time she says it, we go to another tone, to another vocalization in which she's very sorry. She's like, I pray, talk me of Cassio. When she says I pray, it's more like I beg you. So those are the three tenses the three tones that we changed throughout the time. This is the advice we gave her, going a lot afraid, but a little like sad and weepy, saying, I'm sorry, please just change the conversation.
How do you, Desdemona?
Well, my good lord.
Give me your hand. This hand is moist, my lady.
It yet hath felt no age, nor known no sorrow.
This argues fruitfulness and liberal heart. Hot, hot, and moist. 'Tis a good hand, a frank one.
You may indeed say so, for 'twas that hand that gave away my heart.
A liberal hand.
Come now, your promise.
What promise, Chuck?
I have sent to bid Cassio come speak with you.
I have a salt and sorry room, offends me. Lend me thy handkerchief.
Here, my lord.
That which I gave you.
I have it not about me.
Not?
No, faith, my lord.
That's a fault. That handkerchief did an Egyptian to my mother give. She told her while she kept it. 'Twould make her amiable and subdue my father, entirely to her love. But if she lost it, or made a gift of it, my father's eye should hold her loath, and his spirit should hunt after new fancies.
Is it possible?
'Tis true, there's magic in the web of it.
I faith it's true?
Most veritable, therefore look too well.
Then would to God that I had never seen it.
Ha! Wherefore?
Why do you speak so startlingly and rash?
Is it lost? Is it gone? Speak,
Heaven bless us.
say you.
It is not lost, but what if and if it were?
How?
I say it is not lost.
Fetch it, let me see.
Why, so I can, sir, but I will not now. This is a trick to put me from my suit. Pray you let Cassio be received again.
Fetch me thy handkerchief, my mind misgives.
Come, come, you'll never meet a more sufficient man.
The handkerchief!
I pray, talk me of Cassio.
The handkerchief!
A man that all his time hath founded his good fortunes on your love, shared dangers with you.
The handkerchief!
I faith you are to blame.
Zounds!